Okay, today is 4 September 2007. We are at the Henry Johnson Charter School in Albany, New York. We're doing an interview with Mr. Ballard, and the interviewers are Wayne Clark and Eric Stott. Mr. Ballard, for the record, would you please state your full name and your date of birth, please?
Full name is Sammy Ballard, and I was born June 13, 1952.
Okay, and whereabouts were you born?
And I was born in Elizabethtown, North Carolina.
Okay, and did you attend school there?
No, we moved into New York State, Newburgh, New York, back in 1953, and I attended high school. I was raised in Newburgh most of the time that I was there.
Okay, and did you go to college prior to entering the service or after?
I went to college prior going into the service, but I didn't get my deferment in, so I had to leave school, and I didn't want to be as a drafted, so I joined the Army after my first semester in college, and I joined up in the Army.
Okay, why did you pick the Army?
Well, the Army at the time seemed that was a good branch, and I thought that I would enjoy it, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined up there to fight the war in Vietnam, and unfortunately that didn't happen. I spent my tour over in Europe, Germany.
Okay, let me go back a little ways. Where did you go to basic training?
I went to basic training at Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Okay, and once you completed your basic, where did you go for your AIT?
For my AIT, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
And what was your MOS or training?
My MOS training was, I was 76 Alpha, which was a supply clerk.
Okay, and from there you went to Germany?
Then from there I was assigned to Germany, Usula, and Nuremberg, Germany.
Okay. And what were your duties there?
My duties there was supply clerk over there, and that's what I did the time that I was there, in the supply clerk in infantry.
It was an infantry unit?
Yes.
Okay, did you spend a lot of time in the field, training exercises?
Yes, we did. We would go to Grafenwehr, and that's where the trainings would be. We spent 30 days out in the field, and we played war.
Mm-hmm.
with the German army, which was over there, and we got to know, that was part of their training, getting to know the Allied forces.
Okay, and how did you like Germany?
Germany was real nice. I enjoyed the time that I was there, because it was a lot of free time there, even though you had your duties, but on weekends they made you stay over there very, very comfortable, because
Mm-hmm.
there was, they had, the government over there had contracts with the American government where, although you was over there training, you had a chance to tour Europe. Every weekend they'd have buses come on the base and with signs on them, whatever the sign said. If you wanted to go there, all you had to do was sign out and go.
And how long were you in Germany for?
I was over in Europe for 2 years, and I opted for, you had a choice. You could get the European out and stay over there up to a year and take the cruise back, or you can fly back. And I chose to fly back, because when I thought about it, it was just too much being on the water too long for me.
Mm-hmm. And what rank were you at that point?
At that time I was at E-4.
Okay. And once you got back to the States, did you stay in the Army, or were you discharged?
I was discharged with an honorable discharge from the service. Then I got out and I landed a job at one of the VA hospitals things just, I just felt uncomfortable. I wasn't sure as to what I wanted to do. So 3 months later, I found myself signing up for the Marines.
Now, what made you decide on the Marine Corps?
It may seem kind of strange, but I was looking for action at that time. I asked the Army to send me to Vietnam and they didn't. So I said, well, make the Marines would. And then I got out of the Army, went and signed up for the Marines, and that's what happened.
Okay, now, you went through Army basic training, Army AIT, now you're in the Marine Corps, so I'm assuming you had to go through Marine Corps basic.
I had to do everything all over again because what the Army taught you didn't count.
Uh-huh.
And the Marine Corps was very different because I had to do 13 weeks of boot camp. Our unit was the last ones to do the 13 weeks. And if I must say so, it was quite an experience because branches, different service, they feel that their service is the best service than all the above.
How did they treat you when they found out that you had been in the Army?
Well, to them I was known as an ex-doggy because that time you want to become a Marine, the Army wasn't good enough for you. So it was, for me, it was, I won't say bad, but it was just the way that they tried to break your spirit down because while everybody was running 3 miles, I was running 6. I was running 3 for the Army, 3 for the Marine Corps. Everything I did, I had to do double. That's how I was treated, not only myself, but every prior service. We had 2 other gentlemen. It was the same way. We did double everything, which I understood it, and I dealt with it. One gentleman got set back, and I just put it in my mind not to be set back because it throws everything off. So I did my 13 weeks straight up. And then when all was said and done, I learned from it. It was a good learning experience.
Okay, once you completed your basic, did you go on to advanced training?
I was assigned to Cherry Point, North Carolina. And when I got there, when I went to my assigned first unit, I had an attitude because my gunnery sergeant, senior NCO, says, you're a prior service guy. And I said, yeah, I'm an ex-doggy. He said, nah, hold up, lose the attitude. And I said, okay. He said, you're a Marine. And he apologized to me what I had to go through in basic training, in boot camp. And I was, to hear someone say that, I was okay. I guess it can't be that bad. And it turned out to be, the 4 years that I was there quite well.
And what did you do there?
Well, I was still in supply and the air wing, and my gunny and my CO, they were buddies in Vietnam. For some reason, they took a liking upon me and took me under their wings. They got me a job at the Officers Club. I learned how to bartend while I was there. And I winded up what's being called a strap Marine because I had to prove, felt that I still had to prove myself because the 4 years that I was in the military, the Marines, I got a meritorious mass every year. That's something they don't give away. You have to earn that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, if I'm going to do my time here, I might as well learn everything I can about the Marine Corps. And that's what I did. I learned all the rules, the regulations. It's good shine and polish every day because I was going to make my stay there as comfortable as possible for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt the only way to do that is to stand out. And that's what I did.
Okay, so the rest of your time in the Marine Corps was spent right there?
I had put in for Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
and my gunny and colonel, they flagged all my orders. They was like, nah, you don't want to go there. You know, stay here. Which I did. And the 4 years that I was in the Marine Corps, I never went overseas.
Mm-hmm.
My duty was stateside right there. Just
Okay.
Cherry Point in Campbellton. And I liked it. I mean, after I got used to it and came to the realization that I wasn't going to war, not that I didn't want to go, I accepted it. And then, you know, like I said, the times that I was there, I made the best of it. And then after they retired, what I felt in boot camp, I was beginning to feel again, because the other staff NCOs and a few other officers, they knew that I was being toted while I was there. When the gunny and the colonel retired, I felt that it was time for me to go because I was getting ready to catch. I was getting ready to catch what I didn't want, what I caught in boot camp,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go through all that again.
Okay. So once you were discharged from the Marine Corps, what did you do?
When I was discharged from the Marine Corps, I got out of and I got a job working as in quality control at IBM. And I went back to school at Mount St. Mary's College, which is in downstate.
Was that through the GI Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was going to school full-time, and I was working full-time. And I figured, you know, I was always ahead of time because I graduated high school a year ahead of time through this special program that they had. And so I went to school first, got into college, and then I got the job at, first I started out part-time at IBM, and then I got on hired at IBM. And I figured, well, you know, I finished up school early, which it didn't go like that because once again I put myself under a lot of stress where everybody was taking 15 credits a semester. I figured I'd take 18, but that didn't happen. And I went to school straight through full time for 3 years. I went there with 17 credits, and I only need, you need 130 to graduate, and that's what I'm working on now.
So you're still going to school?
Yes.
Okay.
Trying to finish up what I left off on back there.
Okay, and who are you employed with today?
I'm a disabled vet today.
Okay.
I get a VA pension.
Okay. And have you stayed in contact with people you were in the service with? Did you maintain contact with your gunny and the colonel at all once they retired?
No, I sure didn't.
Okay.
I was thinking about those guys the other day, but I do.
Okay. All right. And How do you think being in the service changed or affected your life?
It taught me discipline.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that the Marine Corps will teach you, is discipline. It makes you more responsible for what you're doing. It gives you an outlook on things that you would normally look at different ways. Because if I wouldn't have went in the service, I think I would have, I know I would have been, I wouldn't have been where I am today. Learning from my experience and learning responsibility and what it takes to do this and to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the military has taught me.
Okay.
And I try to apply that in what I do today.
Okay, thank you very much.